Relationship advice for women. How's it going, ladies? My name is Danny, and I'm your life and relationship coach. And obviously, by the title, you know what we're talking about today. We're talking about advice in a relationship. How to manage a relationship, how to navigate a relationship, right? Sometimes it's very simple to get lost. Relationships are not easy. It's not something that we're taught in school. We aren't taught how to communicate effectively in a relationship. We aren't taught how to invest in ourselves in regards to our needs and our wants and our expectations. We aren't taught the rules of attraction. We aren't taught what intimacy means, right? So you start to kind of develop your own style and technique and understanding of relationships as you go along. But there's going to be a few bumps along the way, right? There's going to be some mistakes that you make. There's going to be some failed relationships and successful ones. So in order to try to help you and offer you some advice, I wanted to give you a few tips, right? Things to kind of keep in the forefront of your mind when it comes to navigating a relationship. And the first one and the primary one that I always talk about is keeping yourself on the pedestal. Ladies, I cannot tell you how important this is. And the reason being is because when this man was originally attracted to you, right? That initial engagement that you guys had, it is because you were an individual. You were independent. You had a sense of self-identity. And that's what he really started to like. That's what he really fell in love with. And that's what he really attracted him. So if you start to give too much of yourself in the relationship, if you start to eliminate your boundaries, if you start to give up on your expectations or not let him know specifically what your needs are, then you have a tendency of starting to lose yourself in the relationship. And when you start to lose yourself in the relationship, that's when we walk down the road of codependency. And codependency usually always leads to a separation, a breakup, or just a breakdown of the relationship in general. That clingy behavior, that need to be around your partner all the time, that need to rely on your partner for multiple things, right? So maybe you expect him to be your friend, your personal psychologist, your financial support, your lover, your all those different things. Those are unrealistic expectations. One person cannot take all of that on. So what can you do to avoid that? Invest in yourself. Continue to do things that make you happy, right? So if you had physical goals, right? Physique goals before you even started getting into the relationship, continue doing that. Don't stop doing it just because you're in a relationship now, right? If you had individual personal goals about where you wanted to be in regards to your own success, don't stop doing that. Continue focusing on that. You know, this man is just, he's a part of your life, but he is not the center of your universe. And keep that in mind, because the moment you make him the center of your universe is when everything starts to fall apart. Keep yourself on the pedestal. The second thing is keep it drama-free, right? So particularly when you're in the beginning phases of dating. So when you are in the infatuation phase, right? Which, you know, depending on each individual and how they process emotion and how fast they open up and how willing they are to move forward in regards to dating and committing to somebody, the infatuation phase can last anywhere between, you know, from the start to about 6 weeks. And during this time, it should just be fun, casual, relaxed, exciting. You're just getting to know each other. You're really understanding each other's dynamics. And it's just a new phase of your life. And then once we get into the casual commitment phase, you know, this is, again, anywhere between 6 weeks to 2 years, depending on how fast people move, then things start to get a little bit more serious, right? You start to commit a little bit more. You start to move in together. You start to share things. You start to create goals as a couple. But in all of that, making sure that you try to stay as relaxed and casual as possible. Look, I understand. Arguments are inevitable in a relationship. They are going to happen. But it's really about the frequency of the arguments and the severity of the arguments. So I always say to my clients, pick and choose your battles. Is this worth it? Is it something that affects your morals or your core values or specifically the things that you need in a relationship to feel fulfilled? And if they are not, and they're just kind of like little things that annoy you and are triggers for you, then I challenge you and I invite you to think about why they bother you. Instead of expressing yourself externally, go internally and try to figure out why that bothers you, right? What is it? What emotional trigger is it? And where does it come from? Because the more you're able to do that and the more you're able to kind of become self-aware and mindful of that, those arguments will become less and less, and you will be able to be more carefree and more casual and more relaxed, which is what men love. The third thing is men want to feel desired too, right? So we always talk about the chase, and this is an important element, right? It's a crucial element in regards to keeping him interested and keeping the attraction going. But men also want to feel desired. It's a two-way street. And I said this before in many of my other videos, guys also share similar interests and values and stuff as women when it comes to a relationship. It's just society has taught men over the years that we should not outwardly display emotion, right? Being overly affectionate is not acceptable. And this is something that's categorized as the mask of masculinity, right? So we put on this mask because we're supposed to be men. We don't cry, we work our asses off, and we provide for our families, and we don't show emotion. And I think that's kind of gotten stuck in people's minds. But the reality is that we are also living, breathing, feeling human beings. So being desired is a big aspect as well. So if you're hyper-focused on just having him chase you, having him desire you, feeling validated in the relationship, don't forget, it's a two-way street. So if that's what you are expecting, that is also what you have to give out in return in order to keep balance in the relationship, right? So this is what I like to call homeostasis, keeping everything balanced and the way that it should be and running the way that it should be. The fourth thing is try new things, right? So often I work with couples that have fallen into a routine, and routine is a killer of relationships. It may not happen right away. It may be one of those things where you wake up years down the line and you're like, where did my life go? What have we been doing all of this time? Why have I been in this relationship for so long doing the same thing over and over and over again? And I understand it. The monotony of life is, again, also kind of inevitable depending on your situation and your circumstance. People make work a priority. People make the kids a priority. People make running errands and doing all those things a priority, and the relationship has a tendency of taking a back seat. Do not let this happen. Make sure you are making it a priority. You're putting it in the forefront of your mind and saying, okay, we're at least going to schedule something that we do together new every single week, or at least twice a month, right? So if you guys have never gone on a roller coaster together, book a trip to Six Flags or any kind of amusement park near your house and experience that together. Creating a bond and chemistry and all of that stuff comes from having shared experiences and stepping outside of your comfort zone together, because those are things that you can reminisce on and you can create memories on. And that solidifies the bond between two people and keeps the relationship moving forward, and it keeps it healthy. So trying new things together, changing the dynamic. And if you've fallen into a routine, then my suggestion is to create a new routine of trying to break that old routine. If you guys like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love having open dialogue with people, so if there's anything that you feel like I missed, if you have any questions about what we're talking about or what I'm talking about, if you just have any comments in general, please make sure you leave them down in the comment box below. I'd love to read all of them. Maybe you just want some more detail, right? You want to dive in a little bit deeper. You can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. Maybe you want to book a coaching session with me and you feel like your situation is very particular, it's a very specific circumstance, and you just need a little bit more help, a little bit more support. I would be more than happy to do that. Or you can book with any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team directly through the website as well. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.